Pandemic, there are several stressors for all of us, and that could be taking a toll on your physical and your mental health. Joining me to talk about that and how telemedicine is helping us is Taryn Pizer, the CEO of Catasys. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Of course. You know, I was watching some of your videos on YouTube this morning. I'm hearing that you're a Wall Street legend, a bit of a gambler, and now you're making some huge waves when it comes to health and telemedicine. Tell us about your company.
Well, our company is really focused on, addressing this crisis going on across the country before this. The new normal is the crisis is elevating and staying elevated. So right now we have CV-19, COVID-19, plus the resultant unemployment, plus loss of businesses built over a decade is causing anxiety to skyrocket. In fact, medical anxiety prescriptions are up 35% in the last month. Add in loneliness, child and spousal abuse is on the rise. I particularly worry about Texas too, because besides all those issues, you now have the oil industry being ravaged. The problem is 45% of the adults report that this stress is causing health problems. And when you have mental health issues, it worsens your chronic disease like cardiovascular, diabetes, and pulmonary disease. This is our focus at Catasys. The good news is here at Catasys, we're having lots of success treating people in the country. Care coaches, which are registered nurses by background, working virtually. You mentioned telemedicine.
Yes.
With engaging the people that are suffering from the resulting behavioral health issues, mental health issues, and the chronic disease. And we have community care coordinators dealing with the social determinants of health that are boots on the ground, dealing with things like food insecurity or shelter insecurity. And in fact, in Texas, we have 40 care coaches, community care coordinators engaging with these people, the patients that are suffering from and exacerbating their chronic disease by these mental health issues.
Taryn, you know, like you said, talking about people just being stressed out, right? They may not be affected by COVID-19, but it is affecting them in terms of their health and their mental health. I mean, what is your advice to people out there?
Well, to talk and engage. One thing, you know, particularly with the elderly population, which are the most stressed out because they're not in contact with their kids, their grandchildren, and they suffer from something that is another crisis that's in the mental health field or segment called loneliness. So we need to engage with our relatives and our friends. And if you're suffering from something, if you're feeling lonely, if you're feeling depressed or high anxiety, please get a hold of your doctor who can prescribe medications that will help you through this period. And please engage with a therapist. We really, if you want to engage in our On Track program, you can go to Catasys, CATASYS.com, and we'll be more than happy to engage with you and help you.
Taryn, before you go, is integrative medicine important at this time?
Absolutely. That's what I was just to, for example. So let's separate the behavioral mental health issue from the chronic disease. What we do is we solve for the mental behavioral health issue, and then we get them care for the chronic disease. But integrative care, which is what our On Track program promotes, is combining the physiological aspects of this multifactorial disease of anxiety, depression, and substance use disorder with the psychosocial aspects, and the two together is called integrative care, and that's what our focus is, solving for all the multifactorial issues that go into these mental health issues.
Taryn, thank you so much for joining us this midday. Taryn Pizer, the CEO of Catasys. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Of course. You know, speaking of mental health, we're talking about staying connected as well as we stay at home, how the view from your window could be helping you cope.